Hey everyone, I'm going to be talking about snakes' care and their food and some extra little helpful tips that will probably help you getting started of taking care of your snake. So here we go. Whenever you make a snake's cages, make sure they can't escape. So like every little hole, nook or cranny, close them up, make it tight, make sure if you use an aquarium, make sure the lid should be tightly clipped and it should be fit tightly. If it has any doors or something in the front of it, like if you're not using an aquarium, make sure you have that taped down or secured down because your snake will try to push them open and get out because they don't like being in little areas. Snakes are unable to heat themselves, so you will need a heat lamp. If you use a lamp, it will have to be turned off at night because snakes need at least 9 hours of darkness, and snakes need heat all the time. So turn off the bright light and turn on your UVB light that produces a red color, and it makes them like see dark. So yes, snakes also need some at the bottom of the cage. You can use newspaper, toilet paper, or this carpet for reptiles that you get at Petco, PetSmart, Noah's, Saks, places that have pet stuff. Okay, or off the internet like Amazon and stuff like that. At the bottom of the cage, you should not use pea gravel, kitty litter, crushed corn cob, any kind of corn cob, don't use any of it, or wood shavings, because if the animal eats them, it can cause health problems, and you don't want an unhealthy snake. You want a very healthy snake. You have to have high humidity. I suggest you have a little mist bottle and you spray it over every 2 days. You need to maintain the right temp, so you need a thermometer inside the cage. You also need to keep your snake's cage clean every 2 to 4 weeks. Snakes need water to survive, so any water bowl should not tip over easy. The bowl should also be large enough to where the snake can slither in it and soak itself in it. A snake's basic diet is usually rats and mice. You can have crickets as snacks. If you use frozen prey, be sure to completely thaw it in the fridge and then put it in a warm water so it can be room temperature before feeding. And if you use live prey, don't leave the live prey in there because it can injure your snake. So you have to observe its eating, and from 10 to 15 minutes, if your snake does not want to eat it, take it out and put it back in its other little area. Whenever you use for the dead prey, because the snake has to see the prey moving, make sure because you don't want to use your hands, not unless you're really smart with snakes. I would suggest you use tongs. You always observe feeding. Also, in your snake's cage, if the temp is correct and your snake is healthy, your snake should feed according to its regular schedule. So if you feed at 5 p.m., that snake should eat around 5 p.m. to 5:10 p.m. So, yeah. And if it refuses several meals in a row and it regurgitates, that means to throw up or to to throw its food up, or you notice weight loss, is important you call a veterinarian. If you see anything wrong with your snake, you always call a veterinarian because you don't want an unhealthy snake. You want to keep your snake very tame from being scared of you, biting you, stuff like that. Play with him every day. Play with him, her every day, because you want a very non-aggressive snake. And secondly, you don't want to have him bite you and everyone else. Most snakes shed 4 to 8 times per year, but the frequency depends on their habitat temperature, the frequency feeding, and the amounts fed, and the activity level. Young snakes shed more than older ones due to their rapid growth rate. Also, healthy snakes usually don't have trouble shedding, and it all sheds in one piece. But if your snake is sick, malnourished, and poorly fed, your snake will have skin shedding in pieces. If your snake sees any of these signs, see a veterinarian. If you have any questions or comments, comment them below and I will answer them. Either I'll comment on it or I'll answer it in a whole nother snake video. Bye.